Everyone always says next year is the year I'm going to lose fat, and you know what? I used to say exactly the same thing. And year after year after year, every December I would convince myself that it's gonna be next year, but nothing ever changed. Until finally a few years ago it did change, and it wasn't because I suddenly became more motivated or more disciplined, it was because I stopped waiting for January and started laying the foundations for fat loss beforehand. So in this video I'm going to show you exactly how you can prime your body for fat loss next year so you can stop letting yourself down and finally make the transformation that you've always wanted to. Look, the period of time between around the 15th of December and the 7th of Jan is usually a complete write-off for most people. Work slows down, your routine goes out the window, you've got loads of social events and nights out, and most people just mentally check out until around a week into the new year. But the thing is, that exact window is one of the best opportunities you will have all year. If you use this time properly, not to do some crazy diet or do some ridiculous routine, but to build a few small, simple habits, you can prime your body to lose more fat than you ever have next year. So instead of writing the next few weeks off and then dragging yourself up in mid-January, use the next few weeks to build momentum. By the way, if you click the second link in the description, over the next 17 days, I'll send you 17 emails containing the exact blueprint that I personally used to lose over 70 pounds of body fat, and that's for free, so make sure you go and grab that straight after this video. Firstly, let's talk about food, because this is where most people go completely overboard. But let's be realistic. If you haven't started tracking your calories already, this is possibly the worst time of year to start trying to do so. There is food literally everywhere you go. Christmas parties, drinks, and late nights, so it's just not the environment to be weighing everything out and logging everything perfectly. And the problem is, if you say to yourself you're going to start tracking your calories now, when you inevitably slip up, you are mentally conditioning yourself into thinking it's something that you're just not capable of. So when next year comes around, you want to start actually losing fat and tracking your calories properly, it's going to be way harder for you to stick to it, because you're going to think back to just a few weeks ago when you couldn't do it. So your goal right now shouldn't be to track everything or start some new diet. It should be to put a few simple, sustainable rules in place so you actually keep things under control. Firstly, keep your protein high and prioritize it wherever you can. At all of your meals, just ask yourself, am I getting a decent amount of protein? Because it keeps you fuller, helps you preserve muscle, and stops you from overeating without feeling restricted. Look, on Christmas Day and Boxing Day, the words calories, macros, protein, carbs, and fats should not even enter your brain. Eat whatever the fuck you want and enjoy it. But it's so important you don't use this time of year as an excuse to just go completely off the rails and eat whatever you want for the next 2 or 3 weeks and then act surprised in January when you've put 10 pounds on. There's a middle ground between strict dieting and completely letting go, and that's where you want to sit. And when it comes to alcohol, you don't want to be completely obsessive over it, but you need to be objective about it. If you've got loads of events over Christmas time, maybe say to yourself you're only going to have 3 or 4 drinks per night, or you're not going to drink for more than 2 nights in a row. Or you can do something like swap really high calorie, sugary, alcoholic beverages for something more low calorie. That way you can still have fun without restricting yourself, but it's actually making a difference. Another thing that works really well is what I like to call anchor meals, and this is where you have more structure earlier in the day so that later on you can kind of just eat whatever you want and not have to stress about it. So for example, you can have the same high protein breakfast every day, something relatively similar for lunch, so that when dinner comes around and you are going out for it, you have complete and total freedom. The key thing to understand here is that you are not actively trying to lose fat during this time. You are setting up an environment to put yourself in the best possible position to lose a shit ton of fat next year. And when it comes time to properly diet, it's going to feel so much easier because you would have maintained some kind of structure rather than going into it after weeks of eating copious amounts of food and not thinking or caring about what you eat whatsoever. The next thing you're going to want to focus on during this time is regular movement. And this is actually pretty easy during this time because most people have a lot of time off during Christmas. If you're off work and your routine is a bit looser, instead of spending your entire day sat glued to the sofa, go and move your body more often. Go for walks, take your friends, take your family, take your dog. Get in the habit of moving your body more every single day. Trust me, you really don't need to be doing intense cardio sessions. This is about building a level of consistency, not unsustainable intensity. Also, think about this. If you have a load of social events, dinners, and nights out, get off the train one stop early or park your car a little further away. That's an easy way to get more steps in. And walk to the shop or wherever you're going instead. Those small little habits, you're not even going to notice them, but they add up really quickly and get your step count up there. Now, if you've watched any of my videos before, you will know I always recommend hitting a minimum daily step count. And I usually tell people to set their steps around 10K a day. But like I said, you have more free time during this period of the year. So try and hit the 12 to 15K mark. The average person, by doing an extra 2 to 5K steps a day, is going to burn anywhere from 100 to 300 calories. Trust me, that adds up. Again though, remember, you are not trying to kill yourself with cardio. You're trying to maintain a base level of movement to where you don't gain too much fat, and you're also prepping yourself for next year. What tends to happen to a lot of people when they cut their calories is their energy drops, which means their level of movement drops, so fat loss stalls really quickly. So if you build the habit of walking now, when you start cutting calories in the new year, you're going to be in a much better position to keep that movement up and lose more fat. So again, you're not doing this to start losing fat now. You are doing this so that fat loss becomes more easy and more sustainable in a few weeks' time. Now let's talk about training in the gym, because I genuinely believe right now, this time of year, is the best opportunity to get yourself in the gym if you haven't already and you've been avoiding it. Right now, gyms are literally empty. I went this morning, and usually when I go at that time, there's around 70 people. I checked this morning on the app, there was 23 people there. Most people have written off going to the gym until January, but if you're someone who doesn't like busy gyms, doesn't like waiting around to use machines, and doesn't like feeling like they're being watched, now is the perfect time to go. Don't wait until January. Way too many people say, oh, I'll just start in January. It makes way more sense. A fresh start, a new year. But when you get there on, say, January 8th, and the new year, new me crowd is there and you can't get on anything, you aren't going to want to stick around. And if you haven't built a base level routine, you are way less likely to stick it out. To whereas if you just built a few weeks of consistency, you're going to push through. All you need to do is around 3 sessions a week. Just build the habit of showing up, do a few key movements, and get out of there. That way you are going to start feeling like someone who goes to the gym as part of their life. And then when January comes around, you aren't going to feel like you're starting from zero. You're just going to be continuing what you've already been doing. So trust me, carry on what you're doing if you're already in the gym. Don't take a few weeks off. And if you haven't got yourself in there, right now is the perfect time to start. So go and do it. And when you combine training with regular movement and a decent diet, you're going to set yourself up to absolutely smash your goals next year. Now, this next part is something a little bit different, and probably something that you wouldn't have expected me to say, but it's arguably the most important part, and it's sleep. Because you can do everything we just spoke about, but if your sleep is all over the place, you're going to really struggle setting yourself up for next year. And like I said, I bet you didn't expect me to say in this video that you should be sleeping more, but you absolutely should. You need to be getting that 8 hours of sleep every single night. Look, if you're having a late night every night with too much alcohol and scrolling on your phone until the early hours of the morning, you are going to leave your body feeling shot. You're going to be hungrier and have more cravings, your energy is going to dip, and your motivation is going to go out the window. And that's an awful combination. But don't worry, I'm not planning on telling you need some insane sleep schedule and bedtime routine. You just need to stick to the very basics. Have a set wake time and stick to it, because having that wake time is going to anchor the rest of your routine. And make sure you're getting as much daylight as you can early on. I get that it's hard during the long nights at this time of year, but even if you go outside for 5 minutes, it does help regulate your body clock and improve the quality of your sleep. Now let's briefly touch on caffeine. Look, if you're reaching for a coffee in the late afternoon, it causes a vicious cycle, because the more caffeine you have, the worse your sleep is, and the worse your sleep is, the more caffeine you have, and it's just a never-ending cycle of feeling like shit. So cut caffeine at least 8 hours before you go to bed. We all break down caffeine differently, but for the average person, the half-life of caffeine is 4 hours, so you need to make sure you're giving your body an adequate amount of time to break that caffeine down, or your sleep will suffer. The reason you need to focus on improving the level of your sleep and improving the consistency of your sleep is because when you're doing that, you're going to have more energy to move and train, you're going to feel less hungry, and you're going to be more mentally resilient. So use the time off that you have in the next few weeks to your advantage. Get some good sleep and good rest in, and that way you can absolutely fucking kill it next year. So look, you might not lose fat over the next few weeks, and you might even put on a couple of pounds, but at least it's not 10 or 15. And if you do what we've just spoken about in this video, you're going to ready yourself so that you go into January, you feel amazing, you're on top of the world, and you can lose more fat than you've ever lost next year. So whatever you do, do not write the next few weeks off. Stop telling yourself that you're going to do it next year, year after year after year. Actually do it this time, but start today, and you will thank yourself in a few weeks' time. And look, if you want my help putting this all together so that you can finally lose fat and keep it off for the rest of your life, click the first link in the description. Other than that, I hope this video helped. If it did, leave it a like, share it with a friend, and subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one.